Hello again. Let me share with you in a couple of minutes the headlines from a 2-hour meeting in central London hosted by BusinessGreen and Sustainable Ventures on could the cost of decarbonisation derail net zero efforts. Helen Clarkson, the chief executive of the Climate Group, very active on so many areas of climate change, said it's a lie that net zero costs a lot of money. It's quite the opposite. We've got to be speaking the same language as the skeptics. And a driving principle has to be that inaction is more expensive than action on climate change and net zero. One guiding principle is language, and Helen also made the point, as did several other speakers, that net zero is probably now the wrong phrase to be using, instead of which we should be being more positive with phrases like protect what you have. Sarah Mukherjee, who's chief executive of IEMA, which is the Institute of Environment Management and Assessment, representing 21,000 people. They've got good data which shows that most companies are still investing in the way that they wanted to. They haven't reduced. In fact, they're increasing. Half of them are doing what they said they would do last year. Half are actually increasing their investment. But there's an interesting problem, again, picking up Helen's point about language. We have to be talking to normal people in all of this, because sustainability and climate change is seen as something of a middle class kick, which is distracting people from understanding the enormity and the implications of what net zero stands for. I was very taken by Inder Poonaji, who's Director of Sustainability and ESG for Modular. He came out with very strong language. You've got to dream mad, you've got to dream crazy. And that's what he's instituting among the people he's representing in 23 countries where his company works. But he said that many companies are still fearful of what they can say about being hung out to dry, as Sarah Mukherjee said, being hung out to dry for what they are doing and what they should be proud of doing. She also said that organizations that have a chief executive leading on climate change, they produce the best results. But overall, and Inder Poonaji said this very clearly, there's got to be leadership, there's got to be communication, there's got to be storytelling, they've got to go out and project very positively what is happening. And that is what this meeting was about, to show that you can be inspired by what is happening. Net zero isn't a handicap, it's actually a positive. Don't be distracted by the apparent negatives, because many of the apparent negatives are simply not correct.